All right, welcome to another edition of the Raymond Report. Today is Thursday, April 18th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come and check out the Raymond Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's take a look at our picks last night in the premium pick section. And looking at our free pick, we had Cincinnati. We took it on the chin there against the Seattle Mariners. However, we did have the Miami Heat at plus 5.5. That was a nice winner. We lost the under in the Islander game against the Penguins. That finished 5-4. And we did okay in baseball. We won with the Yankees, won with the Royals, and then a little lesson right there. Don't bet on getaway days, when the teams are getting away, especially in a 1-0 game. And but overall, 16-9 last 25 selections, so having a good run. All right, yesterday, looking at our selections we gave out here on the show, we had San Fran plus a run and a half. That did okay. That Milwaukee game went under. We had Texas, we had Kansas City, we had the Yankees, and then we had Arizona under. So you know what? The plays we gave out yesterday here on the show, we lost with Pittsburgh on the money line. Did all right. You know what? We did all right. So let's see what we got here today. We got some light schedule here. Right? We're looking at 5-6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll kick it off at Tampa Bay, taking on the LA Angels, and a lot of getaway days here today for some of these teams. This will be the fourth game of the series. And as you can see, I'm still fighting this cold off, but we're gutting through it. And I'm just pulling up my lineup right now. So you got Griffin Canning going against Ryan Pepiot here of the Tampa Bay Rays. Pepiot is 1-2, 5.40 ERA. Griffin Canning 9.88 ERA. And you can see the forecast does like LA here, 2.4 to 2.1. Over under a very low 4.55. That is very low for a forecast. And look at this right here. Anytime Tampa Bay is at home against a team with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage, 4-0 to the over so far this year. And so far, Tropicana, the games, the ball's been flying out of the park. 9-4 to the over, and Angels on the road 7-5 to the over so far this year. Let's scroll down to the bottom, see if we have any systems. So today is Thirsty Thursdays, and for some reason the ball seems to go out of the park more often on the high-scoring games on a Thursday. 16-8-1 so far in Major League Baseball on Thursday games. And looking at another system here, LA Angels. Any Major League Baseball road teams this year coming off a 6-game road trip, 7-4 to the over. Any team coming off a win against an American League East Division opponent, you can see it's 12-6 to the over. So you can see a lot of games going over, and those high ERA for both starting pitchers, Canning and Pepiot here. We got some big ERAs here. Fourth game of the series, and so far this year, the road team is 6-5 in the fourth game of the series, 5-1 to the over/under. So, and what you're seeing right here is the Raymond Report. This is the premium tip sheet. And again, anytime you're watching this show and you see all these columns, so this is the straight up records, and this is the over/under records, and this column right here that you're seeing, that's the team trends, and this is the league system trends, right? So when Angels are in playing the month of April, they're 6-3, and every other road team is 114, 111 in the month of April. So that's how these tip sheets work here at the Raymond Report. All right. Let's take a look at Kansas City, Tampa Bay right now. And let me see here. What do we got? Tampa Bay is a home favorite this year, 7-4 to the over. And let me see anything. Versus American Conference opponents this year, 7-3 to the over. Here's an interesting system. Every Major League Baseball team this year playing at home, and they're coming off a 1-run loss. And the Angels beat them yesterday 1-0, so Tampa Bay lost by 1. The home team in the following game, 21-10-2 to the over. Now, the only downside of that is that if a team's coming off a 4-run performance, they're 10-21-0 to the under. So I don't like that trend too much. But here's the trend I do like, is that when any Major League Baseball home team is coming off a home loss as a favorite, they're 44-29 straight up in the next game, and 22-11 if it's coming off a 1-run loss. And I did a little bit of database searches this morning, so I went home favorites, teams coming off a 1-run loss, and let me just go find out for you guys right now. So teams coming off a 1-run loss this year, home favorites. I thought I had a pretty good record of it. Yeah, 16-5 14-6-1 to the over. So I do like the over here. This system trend does worry me. It's like the law of average working against us here, right? You got 21-10-2 to the over, but then you got 10-21-0 to the under. But I kind of like Tampa Bay in this spot here today. Fourth game of the series, especially with Canning with that 9.88 ERA. And, getaway day, right? Fourth game of the series. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay as our first free pick here on the show. Let's go to play number 2. And let's take a look here at the game between Texas and Detroit. Now, when I first saw this line, I said, wow, Detroit a favorite against Texas. That kind of right there, kind of makes me wonder. And then I scroll down to the bottom over here. Let's go take a look at some of the system plays. And there's that 16-8 for road teams on Thursdays. 7-4 to the overs on road teams coming off a 6-game road trip. 9-14-0 to the under for road teams coming off a win against an American League Central Division opponent this season. And so nothing really on Texas to write about. Again, there's that 1-run loss. So Detroit, yesterday they lost by 1 to Texas. The final was, 5-4. So the over has a nice system play here on the over. But you know what? Here, again, same thing as Tampa Bay, coming off a home loss as a favorite, 44-29 for the home team. A 1-run loss, 22-11, 16-5 if they're a home favorite. And I think I'm going to pass this game. I just have too much respect for Texas when their bats are popping. Yeah, and Detroit, you know what? Having a great start to the year, but let's just give them a few more weeks before we buy into them, right? All right, here's your game of the night. Cleveland against the Boston Red Sox. And let me see here. You got Carlos Carrasco going up against Brendan Bernardino. And I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. And I do have some systems here on the... actually, you know what? I got a system on the under that I really want to share with you guys in a second. So I got nothing in the rain report that really indicates that a side or total is where we should be looking. Road teams coming off a 2-run loss are 12-7 the next game. But I got a nice system play on the under in this game. Look at this. So anytime you have a road team like the Guardians playing the 4th game of the series, the last 4 years during the day game, coming off a right-handed pitcher, and they're coming off a 3-game road trip, and they're coming off a loss, 3-12-2 to the under. And today is a 135 start in at Fenway. So under today, Boston and Cleveland. And Cleveland had that crazy record. What was it? Cleveland on Thursdays was always playing some under games. In fact, let me just see if... so let's go back to Cleveland. It was a crazy stat the last couple of years. So Cleveland... maybe it was a home team. Maybe when they were at home. Playing on a Thursday. I'll do both just to verify it. But I know they had this crazy stat. Where's Thursdays? There it is. All right, so Cleveland... we'll do, say, the last 2 years. Playing on Thursdays. 10-24-0 to the under. I kind of thought it was more of a home trend. Let me see here. 16-10. Oh, maybe it was on the road. But I thought Cleveland had this crazy under record. Yeah, 4-14 on Thursdays. Anyways, so take a look. I kind of like the under in this game here today between the Bo Sox and the Guardians. So that's where I'll go with that one. Game number 4, Cubbies against the Marlins. You got AJ Puck going against Jameson Taillon for the Cubbies. And let's scroll down here. I'm going to take a look at Cubbies 3-0 at home against teams below 500. And let me just check something out here. Night game 12-2. Look at that. Road teams this year coming off a 6-game homestand. 12-2 for the road team. So that if you like underdog, you know what? Miami plus a 1 run and a half lines might be worth a look, and I'll show you why. If you go down to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index here in your dashboard, so just go to the SBI, the run line for Major League Baseball underdogs have been doing very well. In fact, look at this. Yesterday, 11-5, 7-7, 8-7, 8-7. Like, look at all the green columns for the underdogs. And the last 7 days, pretty neutral though, 56.6. But on the year, 59.3% of road underdogs. Underdogs. Sorry, underdogs on the run line. I've done 59.3. So you know what? Give me Miami plus the run line. It's just AJ Puck though. 5.91 ERA kind of worries me a bit. A lefty. How does Chicago do against lefties so far this year? 1-0 at home, but let me see on the season. Let's do this. So if you ever want to see how a team does against left-handed pitchers, so if you just go to your pull-down menu, go to any current season, and then we're looking for left-handed pitchers. And this is where it could get a little bit complicated because there's so many queries you got to look for. So hopefully I can bring it up quickly. Lefties, where are you lefties? Do southpaws use? All right, where's the left-handed pitchers? Probably at the bottom. Where's left-handed pitchers? There we go. All right, Cubbies this season, only faced 2 of them, 2-0. So 1-1. Still, the season's still short, right? All right, so let me see the Cubbies, the over. You know what? I got some systems on the over, but I kind of like the fact that road teams coming off a 6-game homestand are 12-2. Give me the Marlins. You can't eat the chalk all day, right, Ron? All right, last one. Let's go Arizona, San Francisco. Logan Webb going up against Ryan Nelson of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now the D-backs so far this season are 9-10, 8-11. So both these teams a little slow out of the gate. 88 out of the gate is pretty slow. And Arizona, okay, let me see. 12-2. There's that 6-game homestand. 12-7 coming off a road loss, a 2-run loss. 25-15 if they scored 3 runs for. So road teams that scored 3 runs for last game. 25-15 to the over. And see, here's another trend. Sometimes, you know what, you get all these overs, and then you got the stopper, right? The closer comes in. Anytime you got a road team who's facing an opponent with a 41 to 50% win percentage, 15, 37, and 1 to the under. So that puts a stop to that. Anyways, coming off a loss against a National Central Division opponent in their last game, 17-6 for the road team. And Arizona's coming off a loss to the Cubbies, right? But that's still a pretty good trend. I do like Arizona in this spot. Logan Webb has not really been dominant. In fact, when you look at his starts so far this year, he's gone, you know what? He's had one bad start. 3.2 innings against the Dodgers, but it's the Dodgers. He had 7 innings against San Diego, 7 innings against Tampa Bay. Pitch count was 96 and 85, so not that bad actually. But only 1 win to show for right now, and it's just maybe he's not getting run supports when he's pitching, right? So I think going into this game, I would go with the Arizona plus 1.5 runs and the over. Look at the over here. You know what? No, not going to touch the total. I got a couple of leans here to the under, so I'm not going to touch the total. So here's your recap. I'm going to lean with going back to these games here. I'm going to go Angels, or what did I say? I think the Angels plus 1 or I can't remember. Hey, maybe I should have wrote them down. Let me see here. Let's go back. Oh yeah, Tampa Bay. Yes, it was Tampa Bay. That's right. I was going to go Tampa Bay because I like the stats of coming off a whole loss as a favorite. All right, so we're going to go Tampa Bay. That's right. T-Bay. I'm going to go with my man, the cash man. I'm going to pass on that game between Texas and Detroit. I like the under in the Boston game. I like Miami plus 1.5 runs, and I like Arizona plus 1.5 runs. All right, NHL, really last game of the year. The one thing I don't like doing handicapping the last week of NHL, you don't know who's going to be the starting goalie. You don't know who's going to be in the lineup. It's like exhibition play, right? So I'm going to pass in the NHL tonight, but I'm going to go with those selections today in Major League Baseball. And again, guys, check out the website, atsstats.com. A lot of great articles on the front page. And the super database, I'm going to leave you with one stat that I've been tracking. It's been pretty good. I know it's going to be like a weird stat, but trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. Home favorites this year, if they allowed 3 runs against in the last game, the over is pretty good. Let me see there. 3 runs against last game. I've been tracking this. 20-9 to the over, so keep an eye on that. I think it's we'll see if it does any well today. All right, folks, I'll have my best play. Oh, I just gave you all my plays. I don't know if I'll have a best bet today, but for one thing for sure, I'll have a free pick. So if you go to the website, go to free picks right here, and my free pick will be right here on the top, and you can get it each and every day right here, atsstats.com. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here on a friendly Friday on another edition of The Rain Report. Cheers.